I like that intro.
Dame, you're muted.
All right, so we having technical difficulties. What's happening, everybody? It's your man Damon Cunningham, and we are having mad technical difficulties tonight. We got the gremlins out here in the machine, and I don't know why it's still playing on the loop, but we're gonna go ahead and all right. I'm not sure what's happening this evening. I don't know if it's we are so packed tonight with all of our guests, or what it is. But I'm going to sit here for a minute, and hopefully everything will catch up and queue up, because I don't see who or what's happening this evening, and we have Mitchell Rivers playing in the background, and you're going to meet Mitchell shortly. As I'm trying to figure out why I am stuck as a ghost in the machine.
Mm. You can hear us though?
I can hear everybody,
Okay.
but I'm not understanding why I am not on screen. So I apologize to everyone at the moment, but
There you
there
are.
we are. I don't know what's happening. I wasn't touching nothing. My hands were folded the whole entire time. But like I always say, you can't live with technology. We can't live without technology. But here we are, live and direct. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by as we work through our technical difficulties. If you're wherever you are watching, please go ahead and drop in the comments. Let us know. We got a packed house, as you can see, and we're actually one short. So hopefully he will show up shortly. But I want to start tonight by introducing you all to NFusion TV. The folks that you see here with me tonight are the groundbreakers, the foundation of what we're starting here on the Mogul TV Global Network, as an extension of the number one network for positive programming. And all of these ladies and gentlemen have really humbled me beyond words to be able to sit down and talk with them just about every day now and to work through this process together. And yes, Crystal, it's been a process. We've all individually had our humps and bumps, but we're finally getting there. September's around the corner. And really, without further ado, I want to open it up and just take a few minutes with each and every one of you just to share your story, and a little highlight, if you will, of the work that our listeners and watchers can see from you this year on the Infusion TV channel. So, without further ado, I have to go to the lady, our official first lady, Crystal Clark. I want to go ahead and give myself and give her a round of applause, because I mean, Crystal is amazing. For those who don't know, I came across Crystal and her work actually on LinkedIn, and it was one of those things where you had to go back and you kind of watch. You got to watch some more. You got to watch some more. And I was really impressed, with what she's bringing and the work that she's doing. So I'm going to stop talking, and Crystal, I'm going to ask you, take a moment and just tell us who Crystal is, where she's from, just to get the ball rolling.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm honored to just be a part of the crew and the family and the team. So for sure, I'm really a Southern gal raised in Omaha, Nebraska. So I got my Southern roots in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and really just kind of taking life's challenges on and really just manifested them into positive living. That's really the big deal for me. And I thought about it from a perspective of how can I get this message and scale it? And I'm
Mm.
so happy that you've just reached out to me for that. And I definitely hopped on this opportunity for sure. And like I said, I am no stranger to being the first and the only lady in the room. It is a space that I've kind of basically been able to be resilient in and, create my own comfort zone. So originally, my career definitely has been in the IT industry, which
Mm.
is competitive, male dominated, and political. It's amazing that you think you kind of grow out of college days and then you go into adulthood and then the corporate arena and you're still looking at children, right? So I had to learn that, and my rise in that industry was definitely not without some mental fatigue. And I realized that
Mm.
just being emotionally intelligent, it wasn't enough. I needed to be
Right.
emotionally resilient. So, not just being aware of my emotions, but not allowing them to dictate my responses and reactions. And that's
Okay.
been really my entire message across all mediums, across all career paths. We deal with it. We don't want to admit it. And I tell you what, I'll be the one to talk it through because sometimes it sounds better coming out of somebody else's mouth. You know,
That's
I'll be the
true.
one to do
That's true.
it. But that's me in a
That's true.
nutshell.
Okay. Well, I wanna thank you for that because I mean, I didn't know. I thought you were originally from Houston, born and raised, so that's good to know. And the other piece I didn't know, what's happening, Alicia? How you doing, sis? Alicia is another member of the Mogul TV Global Network. She's got a great show, walk through your soul or live through your soul. I'm sorry, and Alicia is going to be in the background with a lot of things that we do here on the network. So thank you, Alicia, for joining us. But like I was saying, Chris, I didn't know, even the IT part. So
Mm.
the development, right, and all of that. What was it really that inspired you then to go ahead and really start doing what you're doing with your show?
Really, it was just, I think I was just so heads down and became very neutral. I want to say
Mm,
is I was able to just engage with anyone without kind of feeling any kind of emotion and just kind of going with the flow. And I think that energy really, really settled with a lot of people. It attracted a lot of individuals, and to me, I feel like I'm an introvert, and I don't feel like I look like an inviting person to come talk to. So all of a sudden, like, these people were just coming to talk to me in corporate America. I was mentoring and coaching. I mean, folks from an early stage entering into the workforce, mid-range level individuals just kind of disillusioned, and then the late stage veterans kind of, I'm like, what are you hanging around here for? And they're thinking, I haven't left a legacy. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm
mm,
sitting here talking to these individuals, coaching them, mentoring them, and I took off and said, I should be doing this, like I said, just in a different arena. And how can that relate to your personal life? There's so many
mm,
professional practices that are out there that if you switch up that context, it actually makes for a great, like, guide and methodology for,
hmm.
basically developing that same growth and maturity in your personal life, because we tend to blur those lines.
Right.
That was just been a huge message for me. And I, I'm telling you what, people are starting to like it. So I'm gonna keep giving them what they ask for.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, sis. So when you talk about that, right? When you gonna give them what they ask for. Let's just get to it. What can viewers really expect? When they're watching you and listen to you work on your show.
For sure, for sure. So, if I could really just say it very simply, real talk, real
Okay.
deep talk. I'm not sugarcoating anything. But the thing is, I'm looking to switch up the game. I really like pushing the envelope. I really like getting creative. And it's one of those things where I don't want to sound cliche, but I really like to make things make sense. I really
Mm,
do, because it's
mm,
so easy. We just complicate it so much. And we
true.
do so much to just protect ourselves. We do a lot to protect others. And it's one of those things where how can you do that? By prioritizing yourself. And
Mm,
that's really what it is. It's I'm literally uh giving it the real deal talk, and I do not sugarcoat anything. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for
mm.
that.
I
There's
love
a lot
that.
of
I
things
love
I
that.
wish I knew. I wish I knew some of these things I'm talking about now. So
I love that. I love that, Christian, and so true. Valerie, what's happening? Thank you for joining us. Great evening, and so true that it is amazing. As Alicia said, coming from Crystal. So, Crystal, I'm gonna give you a second. Let everybody know the name of the show, and we finally came to an agreement just the other day about when you're going to air. So, go ahead and give that little tidbit before we go ahead and move on, because she's giving all that meaning, and she's giving it to y'all straight, no chaser. She's giving it to you real. You know, like we all really should be hearing it, because sometimes we like to lie to ourselves.
amen, amen. My channel is Moving with Meaning. I'm looking to air September 10th, so just the Tuesday just after that holiday. So bright and early, I want to get at you guys as soon as I can. And honestly, the tag is there is beauty in being lost
Mm.
as much as there is joy in being found, and we're gonna go through
Ooh,
that together.
ooh, I really love that, Crystal. Thank you. We really appreciate that. That tidbit, and we're going to go ahead and let everybody take a look at that. As we move with meaning with Crystal. Great stuff. I'm looking forward to what she's bringing. But as we move with meaning, though, sometimes you got to have some passion. You got to
Mhm.
have some passion in that meaning as you move. And we have someone here tonight that has been a guest on my show. And that brother, he's a speaker, he's a doctor. Let me put that out there first. He's a speaker, he's a motivator. He does a lot of great things, and he does it with passion. And without further ado, I have to go ahead and introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen. This brother here, you're going to be seeing him on the NFusion TV network, coming in September as well. I'm excited because I know him and we've met, and he's done some great work in the community. He's continuing to do it. Dr. Sean M. Nicholson. Sean, how are we doing this evening, brother?
Oh man, I'm great. I'm great. What's happening, Damon and family? What's going on?
Man, we just moving along. Like I said, we done started out with Crystal, got us moving. Now we moving into your passion, brother. So first, give everybody a little something about yourself, where you're from, and how you got started. With your show.
Okay. Well, originally from New Jersey. That's home. New Jersey is
Okay.
home, and but I'm in Virginia now, and I'm really excited to be walking and living my purpose. That's what it
Mm,
all boils down to. I came across what I felt I wanted to do at a very, very, very early age, and through a lot of trials and tribulations and obstacles and successes and everything else, it has landed me where I am now, and for that I'm eternally grateful for. So yeah, that's where I am, and I'm just excited to be a part of this team. With the infusion now as well.
well, look, I'm excited to have you, but I gotta ask, because I know, but people here, part of the team don't know what inspired you, to really start the work that you're doing.
Life. To put it just life. So you talk about passion, and I think about 2016 or so. I really, my opinion, coined that word passion, and I kind of flipped it a little bit, and I call it pass I on, which
Mm,
I own the trademark for that as well. And I did that because all through my life, everything that I've done, I have attempted to pass a little of me on to everyone that I come in contact with, whoever it is, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally, corporate, business, whatever the case may be. If things that I have learned, things that I have experienced, I try to pass that on to someone else. So that's the inspiration. In a nutshell, this birthed a book my first book actually, Pass I On, the 7 building blocks to sustainability and success. And from there on, that just became part of my brand. So I'm riding it all the way.
yeah, I love that, man. Life lessons and passing it on is really I mean, amazing. And for those who are really just really tuning in, I really want to know what is your mission, I guess, or vision, and what can people expect, from you and your show as they join you every week.
Well, I'm going to say, as far as the expectations that viewers will have for me, is really watching me engage and really unveiling these I'll call it insightful experiences. Each episode I'm going to feature conversations with influential leaders and visionaries, CEOs, dynamic entrepreneurs who are really, really making a difference in their industries and their sectors. And we're going to explore business topics that really are shaping people's lives right now. We're going to peel back what I call the professional sheen, if you will, and really bring that authentic conversation with the people so that the public can actually hear and see and understand what these individuals are doing. They may not be in the headlines of the newspapers every week, but they're hitting, as I refer to it, as quiet points. They're hitting those quiet points, the ones that's really winning the game.
Right. I love it, man. I look forward to it. I'm excited. With our first two, but I was hoping to give some time, and I'm going to hopefully maybe Mitchell gets a chance to join us on the back end, because he really was piggybacking off, and I just heard a beep. And yes, Tamika, you are 100%. It's totally amazing, and we definitely are the way to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring the head of the snake, if you will, and the head of this whole movement, the amazing Tamika Chapman. I'm gonna go ahead and just slide her into the chat, and she can jump on whenever she's ready. But she's 100% correct. These are so authentic conversations, and definitely the way to go. And I was hoping that Mitchell would have been here tonight to join us, because he was bringing it to Tamika. How you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right.
How
Well,
are
we were
y'all?
gonna. We're doing great. We're doing great. Glad you can make it. I know you had some other things going on, but I'm glad you can make it. We were trying to go ahead and slide into Mitchell, who is bringing the career piece, to follow up, that moving with meaning and that passion. And we were going to slide into a career piece where Mitchell sits down and he talks with students, young college students, and young people that are transitioning into their career. And he brings a whole education learning piece, to the network and to the channel, which I'm really excited about. And I have to say, as a man of color, to see another man of color spearheading that was one of the things that really caught my eye and caught my interest, because our women are the foundation of everything in our community, in our homes and everything else. But to see a man of color breaking down that lane, I was really impressed. So definitely stay tuned. Check out Mitchell. He's going to be coming, I believe, September as well. Moving on to our trio. And this right here, this trio, these gentlemen, man, of fire. I was just talking about education. Well, they take education to real life work. And when I say real life work, they're coming from three different industries that are very much interrelated and interlocked. I've had the pleasure to know these gentlemen. One is definitely family. We go back years upon years. The other two gentlemen we met through BNI, and we've been in touch, stayed in touch, and now we've been able to bring them together. It's the CSC podcast, all things real estate and insurance. Yeah, that's right. Give yourselves a round of applause, because you guys, man, doing great things. I'm going to ask, since it's three, I'm going to break it down. I don't know. I'm gonna let whoever. Well, I'll start with the first C, and I don't know which is the first C with you guys, but whoever the first C is, take a moment. Let us know. All right, Chris, go ahead. Let us know. A little bit about yourself, where you're from, and give us an introduction about what you do as part of the trio.
Sure, sure. I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I can't explain to you how excited we are to be part of this dynamic group. I mean, it's not the culmination, because we're going to grow from here, but this is definitely a big step in what we started out to do in the very, very first place, with CSC, all things real estate, mortgage, and insurance. So I'm Christopher Logan. I'm with the Collective and Remax Allegiance. I like to say I turn dreams into a reality and turn obstacles into opportunity. I came kicking and screaming into real estate. You know, both my parents were real estate agents. My father was a army officer. You know, you as a child, you fight not to do what your parents do. Spent years in retail management. That my father, you know, he needed some help, so I got into the business, and I never looked back, and I've loved it ever since. And I think if you wanted to know kind of what the foundation means, I bring my customer service, my training aspect from my experience in retail. And I think that everybody has the right to have quality, trustworthy, transparent assistance when they're trying to make real estate moves for their home, whether it's a first time purchase, downsizing, investment. You know, this is one of the legs of foundation of wealth. So yeah, I'm in my 24th year, licensed in Virginia and Maryland. And I just absolutely love it. I can tell you my worst day in real estate never comes close to my worst day in retail, and I'm still making dreams come true for people. So it's fantastic. And then being with these two guys every day, I've known Sean more than some of you have been on the earth. So it's fantastic.
I love it, man. I didn't realize, man, you've been doing real estate that long. I don't know why I thought it was close to 20 years. You over 20 years. All right, man. Hey, I did not realize. Well, man, great guy, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely, check them out from that standpoint. And we're gonna go to the man in the middle. The man that my personal opinion, he seems to be keeping you guys propped up sometimes because y'all be all over the place. And Sean kind of sometimes he be the one bringing in. So, Sean, take a moment.
Yes, Dave, the check is in the mail, Dave. Okay, because I look to Chris to keep me straight. Thank you, guys. This is like as Chris said, this is a wonderful opportunity. I see things spinning off already just with us talking about it on a weekly basis with this coming up with the NFusion and Mogul TV. A little bit about me. I've been in the mortgage business since 1992. I got into it. My father's good friend, they were business partners, asked me one day, hey, you want to get in this business? I said, why not? And I started from, what's 0.125, what's 0.250, all the way up. I was a processor. I've been an underwriter. I've been an owner and a regular loan officer. So I feel like I cover all bases of the business. And when I get a deal in, if Chris brings me a deal, we know how to strategize with our experience to put the deal together to have the most success in the end. We don't just throw stuff up on the wall to see if it's going to stick or not, right? Nobody's happy that way. We want to make sure that we're using everything we have, all of our resources with our experience and our ways to get things done to make sure it's a smooth transaction. Because really, it is the biggest purchase you're going to make for most people, If first-time home buyer, move-up buyer, it's always the biggest purchase you're going to get, and we want to make that as smooth as possible for you.
I love that, and you guys do a great job. I mean, like I said, I've known them for a while now, and I've watched them work through BNI and just through conversations. These three are, I guess, like the three amigos, if you will, tight at the hip. They are always together in something, on something, about something. So it's my honor to be able to have these gentlemen, bring what they do every week to you all. So I'm looking forward to it. I cannot though leave without the second seat. And I don't want to be it like the second seat, like second and second. You just happen to be a seat too, and you just got to be the second seat tonight. But this brother right here, I've known him. He's definitely family to me. I've known him because of his cousin is married to my closest friend, and known him since, I don't know how long. But he's grown tremendously, and I've watched him grow, coming from New York, moving to VA, and really finding his legs and finding his way. And I am honored, humbled, and proud to be able, one, he's one of my sponsors, two, to now have him and these two gentlemen bring their work together. But now I want to let him talk a little bit because he's done it before on the show. But I'm gonna let him talk a little bit more. Cliff, go ahead and introduce yourself, man, and let everybody know, what inspires you and what motivates you with these two gentlemen.
Man, first off, that was a better intro than Drink Champs. Nori couldn't do it any better. So I definitely appreciate that. You know what I mean? Hello, good peoples. I'm Clifton Durham. I am the owner of TD3 Insurance Agency and Associates. Part of the trio with my brothers CSC. All right. I've been in retail for over 20 plus years. I was in wireless for 16 years and then got into insurance the past 7 years. Right. Young in insurance, but very experienced with customer service, and that's what it's about. The product is the product, right? But it's always about taking care of your customers, and that's what I'm about. Why I came into join CSC and why I'm passionate about this, because as an insurance agent, I'm bringing you that new wave of insurance, right? It's a little different. I'm not your old school insurance guy that's always dressed up. I do dress up, but sometimes it's just going to be regular, and I'm here to protect my community, right? To protect them in property and casualty, to teach them about life, health, and annuities. How life, health, and annuities is life insurance is just not about death, right? It's about how to take care of you while you're alive. All right. I want to give you that insight of insurance. I want to give you that education, and I want to give you those current events. I like for my peoples and my community to know what exactly is going on with insurance on the month by month, week to week, day to day type of service, and meshing it with my brother Chris, who is the realtor, and my brother Sean, who is the lender, mortgage lender, how important insurance goes hand in hand with real estate and the lending side of it. You can't have one without the other.
Wow.
All right. And
The
insurance
other,
is very, 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 very important when it comes to buying your home and getting your loan. So I'm here to make sure that you're protected and make sure that you grow and make sure that it fits your finances. That's what it's about. And Ed, I love it. I love what I do. I love being with my brothers on a day-to-day, man. They've been showing me love from day one. As soon as I got into the insurance industry, I met Sean at a networking party. All right. And Chris as well. And since then, they participate in all my events. I go to theirs. I mean, we just have a lot in common. And the main thing that we have in common is passion for our customers, right? We don't just sell them a product and then just move on. We stay in touch with them. We go to clients' parties and dinners and stuff like that, and we represent them on a day-to-day basis. You know, I'm really not the type to call up. I haven't used leads, right? I don't just look at a computer and call up people and offer them insurance. Nah, it's all about networking and being face-to-face and interacting with my customers and my family as well as I become their agent. So that's what it's about.
Well, look, I can tell you, man. First of all, you 100% right. You know, like Tamika hit on the head. He is that new wave of insurance, Tamika. I had to learn that too from just talking to him, because there were some things just in conversation. I'm like, what? Like, huh? Yeah. So you 100% right. And you know, Alicia, as you stated, you know, insurance knowledge is absolutely needed in the community. We really, and I would really push anyone that even if you have a policy and you have someone, get a second opinion. And this is a perfect gentleman, and these gentlemen, period, whether home or whatever it is, get a second opinion, because sometimes you might find that there's other options out there, and there may be other ways to go about it that can really, you know, save you in the long run. And you know, I want to shout out, you know, everybody. I see some people in the shadows. G Ware, what's happening, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. The floor is yours. Podcast. I saw Ivory in the corner somewhere. I thought I saw Ivory jump in. Another sister that's still on the network. Really appreciate her, you know, for joining us tonight. And you know, as we're moving through this, I am so excited because I gotta go to, like I said, the head of this, you know, the founder, the motivator, you know, the generator, if you will, Tamika Chapman, because without Tamika, there's no NFusion TV, there's no two mics up, business corner. There's no Dame DNYDC. It's just not happening. So, Tamika, please take a moment, reintroduce yourself. I had the pleasure of interviewing Tamika about a year or so ago. Fabulous conversation. I want to allow you, Tamika, take a minute and let everyone who's watching and our newest family members get to know who you are.
Awesome. Thank you so much. First of all, that's just too much credit, Mr. Dane. I like to call him Dr. Dane. Dr. Dane. But I appreciate you allowing me to come in and join y'all. And thank y'all so much for taking a chance and sharing your voices, sharing your platforms with us. Mogul TV Global Network was created to be a positive space. And it was created at a time when there was a lot of negativity happening. There was a lot of chaos happening, a lot of frustration happening. And all I saw and heard on the news was just depressing crap. And I wanted to do something different. I wanted to offer something different. And I wanted to be surrounded by people who were doing something different. And so I set out on my little trail. I said, well, hey, let's see what I can do.
Okay.
And with that, it was all about, how can I connect with people? How can I connect with people who have a voice and who don't mind sharing their voice, and not the negative stuff, not all the trifling and the stuff just for clicks. I wanted this to be such a positive space where when you come into this, you can't help but to get wrapped up in the positivity that we have going on. And so with the people that we have here, and now NFusion TV is here, is live and in full effect, and I'm so excited. I was so excited. I remember talking to Mr. Dane. I said, Mr. Dane, you want to do this, right? You want to do this, right?
You did. You did.
Mr. Dane, he is a force. Y'all know Mr. Dane. He is a force, and he's so relatable. He loves to have a conversation. He loves to talk. He loves to connect. He has great relationships with people, and that's what it is. That's what the network is all about. It's about connecting us all together so that we can grow and become more positive, offer more positivity, speak to more people in a better way. Not just, the day-to-day, oh, hey, how you doing? No, let's mean something behind, hey, how you doing? We want to know how you really doing. And so that's really about Mogul TV Global in a nutshell. I could go on and on for all night, y'all, because I love to talk. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I appreciate you all for saying yes to the call and being a part of what it is that we are building over here. We're still building, even though we've been here since 2021 that we started the actual network. So going on 2 years, 3 years now. November will be 3 years.
3 years.
We're
now,
still. I still say that we'll forever be that small network of positive content, and that's I'm okay with that, because it's real good people. Miss Crystal, straight talk, no chaser. Okay, good content. Okay. I came in on that part. So thank you all. I appreciate you all for being here. And I'm excited to continue to see exactly what it is that you all bring and do, and support you with everything that I have. I'm excited. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Look, I talk about you all the time, Tamika, to them. I think I probably talked 1,000 times about you. I want all of them to know, just like I know. If I can't find an answer, I'm going to Tamika. And if you can't get me sometimes, as you guys and ladies, Crystal, become a part of the monthly meetings and things, please feel free to reach out to Tamika, to Alicia, who's here. Like Alicia's the right hand. Sometimes I think she my cut up buddy on the side, because me and her, we get in trouble. Seems like all the time we together. But they are a wealth of knowledge. They are some great people. And really, like I've told you guys, whatever information you get, if you have questions, ask, but put in the work. It's not going to be done for you. This is not a competition either. This is all about our overall success. And that's the one thing that I've walked away from with Tamika, and everything that I've been able to do and moving into this space. Put in the work, ask the questions, and let's all thrive and strive together. All right. So one thing that I didn't ask the CSC gentleman, and I just want to backtrack for a second, with your show, it's my pleasure, to be able to bring this show on. Thank you, Dr. Nicholson. And like Gerard says, like we say in the South, Tamika is good people, and he is 100% right. Tamika is one of the best people I've come to know and meet. But gentlemen with CSC,